Okay, so it's holiday Monday here in Canada. I don't know what everybody else in the rest of the world is doing, but a few of us got together today to play a couple scenarios at my place at Phantom Rescues. This is going to be played on I guess a European style table. It's encounters the mission, and then we basically thrown in like a quick scenario just on the side. Basically, the idea is as the attackers, Cash and Laughlin are going to attempt to destroy a convoy while also trying to capture an objective. And on the opposite side, Phantom Rescue myself and Matt Varnish playing the Germans are going to try and defend the convoy, and also, keeping with the encounter rules, try to capture one of their objectives. So the convoy comes on at turn 1. Deployment is over, so we get to choose which short edge it comes on from. It can only move 12 inches, and it's just 3 transports. There's nothing else special about it. And we'll pick it up at the end of turn 1.
And we each fielding 1,000 points from our own lists. So Phantom and Matt Varnish are running Germans. They're both fielding 1,000 points each. And then Laughlin and myself, I'm running my Cromwell 7th Armored. He's got Finns, so it's an odd alliance, but that's how it worked out. We each have 1,000 points. That's why you can see there's 2 sets of 88s where normally you wouldn't be able to.
Yes. Oh, and the cards. The cards.
Oh, that's right.
Each team drew 2 random cards. They'll have some special abilities. Once the cards are played, we'll show them for everybody else to see.
Just to make it a more interesting scenario. So we'll pick it up at the end of turn 1. All right. So bottom of turn 1. Let's go over what's happened here. So we ended up going second. So the defenders actually went first. So 88s dug in here and fired at my recce platoon. They missed, needing 6s. The other 88s failed to dig in and fired at
KVs.
Oh, at the KVs before they moved, I think.
Or no, they shot at these guys.
And those guys and missed. Your 2IC there advanced, right?
Yep.
KVs advanced. Obviously, you can see I just did the recce move and then just stayed to go gone to ground. What happened over here? My 1IC and this platoon advanced, firing into that tree line where Matt Varnish's 1IC boat was sitting right on the edge, and I got 1 hit and destroyed his 1IC. You can see the convoys come on from this board edge now. So we'll gain basically an extra 2 victory points if we destroy the convoy, and they gain an extra 2 if it makes it off the board. So it doesn't change the actual win-loss for this scenario. We have an objective right there. Our other one is right there, and there's one's way over behind that hill, and then the other one is right over there. So that's the end of turn 1.
I'm going to be playing a card on turn 2.
You playing a card? All right.
Yeah.
So here's his card. Play this card.
He's coming
On the beginning of your turn, place any team not in your command into play under your command. So he drives on from the board edge, or you just place him anywhere on the board?
In your.
This says place, so I'm placing him.
Well, I'm asking the guy who.
As long as he's willing command. If you have.
He's his own command, so
Yeah.
he should be. That's what I'm
So basically, he got a free ambush out of that. Okay. So let's recap end of turn 2. So on their turn, the now obliterated 88s successfully fired in and destroyed the Finnish 2IC. The return fire from these guys, full rate of fire main guns,
It was a decoy.
blew them up in return. Over here, the 88s fired and successfully destroyed one of your Finnish
BT-42s.
BT-42s. They fired back, but failed to hit. I played our card on our turn, which was this.
Stupid.
Which basically gave me 3 Stukas that hit on 2 pluses. So I dropped them right in on here. He failed to drive them off with his AA, and I killed 1 gun. The KVs advanced up the center.
One bailed. One
One bogged on the hedge back there. Germans relocated the Rakaflakaflikens, whatever they're called.
And then that
Fire.
shot the.
Oh yeah, and the Cromwells continued their advance up to the road, fired down the road, and took out the convoy that was right there. So now we're going to see you guys roll for reserves. So let's see if they each going to roll a die.
Yeah, he has to see if they run away first.
They don't.
No, sticks around.
So they stick around. Their motivation is past. So we have to do a man alone.
Yeah, but that's. You may as well do that now. Now you got to
He's
do
still dug in. No.
Mine leaving.
Okay.
So that's just a platoon.
Now you guys roll for reserves.
Yes. Negatory.
No reserves for the Germans on turn 3.
That's
So
too
pick it
bad.
up at the end of turn 3.
See if I.
All right, so we're picking up the action bottom of turn 3. As you can see, the 88s that were on the hills are no longer on the hills. Did we sustain? I don't think we really sustained any losses on our turn. So all I did was move up the Stuarts. They fired and killed the last 88 that was on the hill there. I did get a reserve roll in, so my second unit of Cromwells with the Firefly came on the side here, going up towards the objective that has a command team standing next to it right now. KV's advanced up the center. They're both up here. KV's fired and helped finish off the Wreck Clatton guys, the rocket teams, because my Cromwells fired from the other side, so that wiped them off. So because I killed the one I see early on, Dennis was below half, so Matt Varnish's army is off the board. So it leaves Fandom with his 1 unit of infantry and rolling for reserves at top of turn 4. So let's see the roll. 2 dice, and he does get a unit. And it comes in on a random board edge, so he's really got to hope it comes in where he needs it. So let's see what happens. So left to right, right?
What unit's going to be? Panzers.
So his panzers are coming on. He rolled a 5, so it's one of the corners. If it's, you're looking, it's over there.
It's over there.
At far end where my Cromwells are. Where they're coming on.
Right in the back.
We'll pick it up at the end of the game. Back the card.
He needs to mark him with something else.
Hey, you have to have the spare models.
So we're just finishing our turn 4, but I want to take some video because we're using one of the game cards that Phantom came up with. So his panzers came on right here and just decimated the Cromwells. They blew 3 of them up. The Firefly that was there fled, so that was really effective. KVs are now moving up. I haven't moved the one I see yet that's there because we're kind of in the middle of it, but I wanted to capture that. So I'm moving on over here. See the Stuarts coming around towards the objective, the other Cromwell platoon. My 2IC that formed a platoon with the Crusader AA, he just moved on from that board edge. And then where's the card? Did you take the card?
Yes.
Yeah, so here's the card that we're using. This is another one of those game changer type cards. So as you can see, a vehicle platoon of 3 vehicles can move on the board, and basically they don't move on, they just appear as like a la ambush rules. So they can't move or anything, they just appear there, but they have to be 32 inches away from an enemy unit. So because he still has a team there, I'm going to be deploying them over where these dice are. And it's actually that platoon that he just broke. So basically I can bring those 3 Cromwells right back over here. So when you see me pick up the video and they're not there and they're here, it's because of this card. So,
All right, there's your Falco.
alright, so here we
Just
go.
showed
So top of turn 5, Phantom Rescue rolled for reserves. He automatically gets his unit in, which is infantry. Because it's encounter, he had to roll to see where they came in. So he's standing here.
He
so
needed them here.
He needed a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to get them
and
to
hopefully
contest.
kill that.
But he rolled a 5, which means they have to come in over here. So he's holding this objective gorgeously with that extra unit of infantry, but they're unavailable over here. So that spelled the end because I'm holding it at the beginning of our turn.
So, 7-2 victory for them.
We got
Because of the +2.
yeah,
5-2,
it would have been a
plus 2 for
5-2.
the
That's right,
killing
+2
the
for killing the RSOs. So actually, yeah, that's cool. So that
Thanks for the Panzers, because otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah, an 8-1.
so yeah, the cards did dramatically
Change it.
change the course of the game. It was fun. It was interesting. They're going to need some tweaking, but I think it's definitely there's potential there. So.
Well, the planes took out an 88.
Yeah,
The bring on the vehicles actually didn't
did nothing.
because they came on just now.
No, but the fact that I couldn't, like, I deployed that guy over there thinking I could put him back in, and I couldn't.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
just
The only
you
reason
couldn't
why
read the
it was
card.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why
Well,
you
that's
couldn't-
because I
Yeah.
did this. I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
like
So it was really
40K.
cool. We ended
That's
up
why I
yeah.
said
So we
should
ended up
write them all
captured
in the
there.
Positive. That way it says you can bring on 1 unit of infantry.
So we're
rather
gonna do,
than vehicles and gun teams.
Tear down and do a second game, right? Second team game with
Yeah,
cards
is
or
it
without
team
cards?
game, or are we
Yeah,
doing
just
split games?
I like
There's
team
games
games.
after. What time is it?
It's
Like
early still.
11 o'clock now?
So that's team game 1 done. So
I was here at 10.
we're gonna switch to attacker defender or something like that. Anyways, that was game 1. That was fun.